Welcome to PTI BetterGradesFast.com multimedia tutorials. This Spanish session will be on numbers. Now, writing numbers in Spanish is a similar process to that in English. First, you need to know the basic numbers. In other words, your 1 to 10. 1 to 10 in Spanish is fairly easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Those are numbers that you use most regularly. However, you have other numbers, 11 to 15, that, although easy, are less commonly used. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. 16 to 19 is a combination of 10 and the other number, which makes up the final number. For example, 16 is 10 y 6, 10 and 6. And 6, 16. This is the old form of writing the number 16. The more recent form and more accepted form is combining the three words, making one. Observe that when you combine the words, the Z becomes a C, and the EY becomes an I. That is the only change besides the combination itself. Let's look at it with 17. Again, the Z becomes a C, the Y becomes an I, joining it together to make 17. It is pronounced the same way, it is just a more modern form of writing these numbers. This applies to numbers 16 to 19. 16, 17, 18, and 19. The number for 20 is 20. If you were to add a digit to this number, for example, 23, you would have to change the E to an I and add that digit, in this case 3, making 23. This is the only change when writing a number between 22 to 29. Let's say you have the number 28. You know how to say 20 and you know how to say 8. So combine them and then change your E to an I. With this combination, you should correctly end up with 28. How do you form numbers in the 30s? Again, you first need to know how to say 30. 30 in Spanish is 30. wanted to say 36, for example, you would simply say 30 and 6. No combination required here. 39, 30 and 9. Also, luckily, for numbers 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90, actually right up to 99, you follow the same format. You simply need to understand the multiples of 10, for example, 30, 40, 50, etc. Put your E for and then your simple digit. Let's try a number like 57. The word for 50 in Spanish is 50. We already know that the number 7 is 7. So to make 57, you simply need to say 50 y 7. Remember, this rule applies to numbers that are 31 to 99. So, once you know these numbers, you can combine them confidently and be able to form longer numbers. What about those past 100? The number 100 in Spanish is 100. However, if you are adding other numbers to 100, for example, 106 or 142, 100 becomes ciento. The rest of the number would follow the rule that you already know. 100 becomes ciento. We know that 40 is 40. And finally, when we are adding another digit, we say y and the digit, y dos. Let's try another one of these. How would you say 169? The correct answer is 160, which is the word for 60, and 9, y 9. Once you understand this rule, you can form any number between 101 to 199. The process is the same for numbers in the higher hundreds. For example, 300, 400, 800. However, if you need to say 800, for example, it will be as though you are saying 800s. Ocho. And the word for hundreds, cientos, which we just learned. If you need to say 300, three hundreds, cientos. These numbers agree in gender. So, let's say you were talking about houses, 300 houses, and you know casas is feminine. you would say 300 casas. But if you were talking about boys, you would say 300 niños. There are some exceptions with numbers in the hundreds. For example, if you want to say 500, the word 500 does not exist. I will show you those exceptions now. 200 is regular, 200. 300 also, 300. 400, 400. However, 500 is 500 or 500 if you're talking about a feminine noun. Remember, this does not follow the rule. So to ensure that you know it, you have to learn it. Learning it is done by practicing using this number. If you were to add another part of this number to 500, it will be the same rule. For example, 546 would be 546 46. Another exception is the number 700. Is not siete and then cientos. It's 700 or 700 if preceding a feminine noun. 800 is regular. 900 is also an exception. $900 is not 900, it's 900 or 900. All other numbers in the hundreds are regular. Forming numbers further than this, for example, 932, 960, 999, would be done as seen before. You use the number in the tens, E, and then the smallest figure in the ones. Let's go to numbers in the thousands. $1,000 is mil. $2,000, 2,000. 3,000, 3,000. 4,000, 4,000. You get the idea. Thousands are formed by using the beginning of the thousands. Let's say it's 2,000, so you use 2, and then the word for thousand, which is simply mil. Let's practice all of these number forms by using a number that has included each level that we've learned. Here we have 3,742. To ensure that you get a number accurately written in Spanish, go step by step. Start with the thousands, which you know me. 3,000 would be 3,000. Go then to the hundreds. 700 is not 700, it's 700. Go then to the tens. 40, which is 40. and 2. Y dos. Notice that the only time you have an E on and is between the tens and the ones, meaning the last two values in your number. Once there are tens and ones in your number, you get that E. If there are no tens, then you do not use E. Let's try another number. $8,491. Again, start with the thousands. 8,000, 8,000. 400, 400s, 400. And 91, 90, 90, and y 1, uno. Once you practice using Spanish numbers or using everyday numbers that you see all over, but translating them into Spanish, you will be able to succeed in forming larger numbers because these are usually the more complicated numbers in Spanish writing. Any number that you may encounter, try to write it in Spanish or even say it in Spanish, so that you can truly practice how numbers are formed. Remember the exceptions, those like 700, 700, 500, 500. Learning those and practicing them will also help to avoid common errors. Remember that when practicing your numbers, only between the tens and ones do you find E, meaning and. You may even write random numbers that you can think of and then try to do the word form in Spanish. This helps greatly when trying to perfect your knowledge of Spanish numbers. Thank you for choosing PTI BetterGradesFast.com.